Tobru, I don't know if your mic is having issues. I hear your microphone. I just don't. I cannot hear what you're saying, or if you're saying anything. Let me see if I can share this link again. Oh shoot! I don't know if people are gonna come in or not.
Hello?
Now I can hear you. Let me move this out of the way. Why is this? I don't know why it jumps to my first screen. Oh, okay. Anyways, let's see if anyone else is coming. Okay. So now, Tobro, are you the guy that wants to do front end and back end also? I cannot remember. I don't. Today we'll have to get a few things straight up because I'm getting confused about the names and things like that.
Doing well.
Great. Hey, Camille. So yeah, people are joining, which is good. I think we need we need a lot of people today because today hopefully is the beginning of this journey, and I'm very excited about it. I'm nervous as well because, as you guys know, we are all learning. Hello, hello. Okay, I think we can start since we were supposed to start at 3:30. All right, first of all, I want to thank you everyone for being here today. I know that uh, it is a sacrifice to take time off to come to these meetings, and I really appreciate that. And first, I want to start. I think I had mentioned this before, and I want to start by saying that um, this project it will be um, let's consider this project as if we are working for someone, as we are working in a company, for example. And in companies, usually we have teams, right? And teams, it's a group of people that have a common goal with a clear mission. The goal that we have now is to learn to gain experience. I think that's a common goal that we have. And the mission would be to get this project finished. And let's be a team, right? But let's also be a good teammate. I think a good teammate will have these four qualities. Maybe someone else think about something else and can uh, apport to this, but I think a good teammate will have dependability. Like you want people to depend on you. You want to make sure that you are doing enough so others can come to you and they depend on your skills and your knowledge for their also for their advancement in skills and knowledge. Accountability is, I think, also important. Like it's to be accountable to others and to yourself. In I have asked only for 5 hours a week, but I also would appreciate if there is interaction. Like I have asked a bunch of questions that have not, have gone unanswered. And for example, the Postgres thing. I know a few people tried, but no one really gave me feedback about it. So I felt to a point that I wasted a few hours of my time doing that, and I don't know if it will even be a consideration from everyone. So that accountability, I hope that we'll uh, grow into, because I want to be accountable to you. I want to make sure that even though I have a busy schedule, I have a full-time job, I have a 1-year-old baby, and I'm trying to do my best to put time in this project because I want this to work. And so interactions, that's part of the accountability of being a teammate. Skills, we all have different types of skills, but it doesn't mean that just because you have already a set of skills, you cannot learn something new. So in the sense of being dependable, also let's grow in our skills so we can help others and we can help ourselves. Ultimately this is for ourselves. This is for all us personally to see where we can go, because I know a lot of people are have reached out to me saying that they don't have the experience. I don't have the experience. So in a way we are all in the same boat at the same level, and you will share your skills, and as the project goes on, you will see where you fit the best, what you feel the most comfortable doing, and then we'll, you know, be able to share activities based on that. Um, I didn't ask, is my screen being? I didn't share my screen. Let me share my screen. I should start by that. Type screen. I want to know if my screen is being shared, because if it's visible. Anyways, uh, the fourth, I think,
Visible
important.
now.
Yeah, it's good. Thank you so much for letting me know. So I think the fourth thing that a good teammate uh, should have, it's to be selfishness. That to put others uh, above ourselves, because again, time is something that will be a struggle for everyone. And if you think about your teammates and who you're leaving behind in a way, I think we need to be selfishness in this group. We need to have that selfishness to think about the others and how they are also doing their best to get this done. And yeah, I think that's all. That's what I wanted to share. Um, Selflessness, right? Someone corrected me. I was thinking about it. I was like selfishness or selflessness. Yeah, thank you, Sapphire, for the correction. It's good, you see. Anyways, I am sincerely happy that you're here today, and I really want to see where everyone it's starting today and where everyone ends by the end of the 3 months. So again, I am very enthusiastic and super excited, and I want just to I cannot express with my words how excited I am that you're here today. So with that, I want to just give a little presentation. I shared this earlier, so everyone has an idea what's in here, as opposed to just not knowing anything about this. So we can open the floor and have more communication. The restaurant project has in a way it's very simple, but it will have some features that other restaurants don't have, and it's the table selection. This is our goal. I mean, for me at least, that's my challenge. I never done something like that, so I hope that uh, I can deliver at the end. So we're going to start by looking at the database structure and how I think this is open to discussion. Nothing is written on stone here, so please, if you see anything that needs to be improved or can be changed, let's get that uh, tackled today. So the tables would be customer, user, admin, table, reservation, restaurant, menu, order, review, and notifications. In these, there are two that are missing, and I still don't know if it will make sense. And it's payment and confirmation. And I will tell you that based on the idea that I have, I don't know if payment should be under order and under reservation or how that will be. And the confirmation, I don't know because you're gonna send a confirmation for the reservation and for the order. I don't know if it should be its own class, it should be a utility. I that's undecided yet, but I think
Eddie,
yes.
uh, I have to ask one thing. So
Mhm.
you have mentioned the customer and the user. Who is customer and who is the user?
So this is backwards, and I apologize for that. The user is the tab, okay? The user is the
So
class,
customer will be the existing one, right?
right? So the user will be the blueprint
Okay,
for the
class.
customer and the admin and anyone else that comes, employee or who knows what, like another manager or something. So the user will be the class, and then this will be their instances in a way. Yeah. So that's for that. Okay. So um, let's go to the next. So tables. These are the tables and the data types. It's on this side. I was running out of space, so I put it here. So everyone has this, so that you guys can go through it on your own time. But pretty much this is the um, field in Java language of each class. So if you think something can be added to this, please let me know. And then again, I put the payment table and the confirmation table at the end because I don't know if this it will make sense to create an entire new class, an entire new table, and put it in the database. It will be good if this grows, but if it's small, then it would be a waste of resources in a way. So, but it's there. And then the relationships also, please, if you can go through them and let me know if there is any change that needs to be made, like a one-to-one relationship between a user and a customer. You can only have because it can be only one customer. You know, it will be a one-to-one relationship. So again, administrative also it has to be one-to-one relationship, and this is with the class. Okay, this is inside the code and how it's gonna be built. The reservation one, many to one. One client can have many reservations. It doesn't have to be the same day, maybe different tables. Tables same. One restaurant can have many tables. And this I'm talking about tables like sitting tables, not, I know it's confusing. Reservation tables, many to one again. So if you go through this, please uh, let me know what you think about these relationships. And yeah, there are, I think, 11 or so, maybe more. I don't know. This is the same, but it's a little more structure, as you can see. I just wanted to make sure that it's been understood in the way. I kind of repeat myself on this. So you can either go through these or go through the long ones, and it's the same information in a way. And this is good that the front end, yeah, give me 1 second, Naveen. Let me just go to finish this. This is the pretty much two more slides, and then we'll go with questions and any other things. So I'm not wasting my time wasting your time in a way, because I don't want to get distracted by it. Sorry, I'm a little sick too. So the flow of the data. Um, this is good for the front end, so they will understand how a user will go through it and how a customer, how everything on the back end, what's the idea of how the data will flow to get something done in a way. Um, for example, a new user registers with the system, providing username, password, email, and phone, right? And this is where we were talking about if a user can reserve a table while it's logged in or as a guest. And this is where things are gonna go one way or the other. If it's a guest, they will have to input the payment details. If it's logged in, then no payment details are required. So this is good for the front end. If you guys want to go through it, you will have a little more clarity about how I am thinking about the flow of the data. But hopefully someone else gives me some more ideas and we can write it down and we can start creating the entities. And this is pretty much the structure. This is it's broken down because it's so long then I couldn't put it in one page to justify the font size. So we have the source folder, main Java. It's all we know these things about uh, the guys that have been in the Java with the Telescope people. So the config will be this is not necessary because this will go into the properties, but there are maybe some instances that we might want to initiate the database before anything happens. So we'll have to think about how this is going to be done. The controllers, customer, admin, table, reservation, restaurant, menu, order, review, payment, and confirmation controls. The models, these are pretty much the entities, and we have the same as we have them here. These are the same entities. The repos, this is to be able to do the CRUD uh, actions in uh, the entire project. So we'll have to get a customer admin table reservation, the same as the entities. And these are service classes. This we'll have to talk about a little bit because based on what I heard on the live classes with Hyder, I think people were confused about using DTO or service classes or using them both. I think as the project it's set, we can talk about. I think using services it's pretty good because then we can implement and we can always code to interface. Uh, so I am thinking about this. And again, the services are the same as the entities because it will be. For the test, these are the resources where we're going to put the application properties. So this is kind of given by the system. For the test, I don't know if anyone is good with testing here. If someone knows about testing, please let me know. If not, I'll have to do a little research about how it's tested. And these are the same things. We're going to test everything. Uh, the same entities that we create will create a test for each entity. So I went fast because I hope that you guys read this already, and I hope that you uh, already wrote down your questions and we can talk about it. So I open the floor for everyone because I am also sick and you can probably hear me. I'm struggling to breathe a little bit. Okay, floor is open. I think Navin, you had a question.
Yes, AD. AD, you said testing, right? I mean, do you mean unit testing? I mean, J unit testing or something else?
So my understanding is if you write a test inside the test folder, you can actually run as JUnit testing. So,
Yes.
so yeah, I think yeah, I mean we'll see where we end because I don't know. I have never done testing. I've seen how it's done. I've never done it myself. But if worst comes to worst, as I said, we will. Um, I'll have to I don't know get a crash course or something and try to figure out how to test these things. Yeah.
Okay. And as I said in the chat, like we can have different table for roles or positions. I mean, that will not create any problem in the future, right?
I think for that, yes, I agree with you. I mean, if an admin doesn't will have to have a different role than a customer, right? And for that, what I was thinking is to create a switch class, maybe a utility class that will directly give, based on some trigger, that will directly give a role to, you know, to the person that it's registering. I have to think about that too. But if you
But
have an idea, please also let me know. I don't want to be thinking too much about it.
but basically, while registering as a admin, he has to choose between the drop down list, right? Like what is the role, like that. In order to show the available options, we have to maintain a different table, right? So I was just thinking like that.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Again, this is not written on stone, and this is only because today is the official day that we're going to start, right? I wanted to get something like I did this today, um, and so hopefully this is enough for us to think about um,
Hmm.
the project and what it's needed, so we can just start coding. I can create a I can create the project um, structure and put it on GitHub. But hopefully today you tell me, oh, I think we should also create an entity, or maybe a roles entity. Uh, you tell me which fields you think the roles entity should have, and yeah, we'll put it in there for sure.
And I I think we don't need that confirmation table. Instead of we can have two separate field in the um, like order table. Like is it confirmed or not? That will be better. I'm thinking like I'm not sure. Like is it good way of doing like that?
So let me just put this here. So the
As
idea
you see,
behind
like
the confirmation is so if you make a reservation, you receive an email saying you have reserved a table for four on this date at this time, right? So that's the idea. And if you make a purchase and you pay, also you will receive some type of confirmation that you made a payment. So that will be a mail, sprint mail, utility class, I think, if anything.
okay.
I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so roles entity for admin customers, etc. Okay, so I think that's one that uh, needs to be added. Um, Anyone else that has something about this?
So basically, if you see that confirmation table, it doesn't have, it don't have that much of information except that confirmation date. So we can add that field in the order table itself.
Okay, confirmation. So it has a confirmation ID, which is the primary key, the order that the confirmation was brought in. But you see, if you want to inject, this is the fields that it will have, right? But if you want to put, for example, what was in the order, you will bring this, you will auto wire it in here, and then you can use all the information to put it in here. Does it make sense? Like you don't have to repeat all this in here because you already have this table right here, this entity, and you can just bring the entity right in here as opposed to repeating the same code. So it's the same way. We
O-
can bring the confirmation, we can bring the reservation, we can bring it in and use all this, whatever the creation date you created on this day, the special request, no special request. We can put it all this information we can put right in here and send it in the email. Yeah.
Okay.
So also maybe I don't know how many people are coming. You know, we'll have to figure out how to do that. Uh, but yes, it will all be brought in here. Like all these tables are interchange. Like the data in all these tables can easily be put inside any other table in Java, and it will join somewhere. Will I don't know much of SQL, but I'm sure it will join the tables to create a good information confirmation email. Yeah. Okay.
And one more thing, I mean, in the order table, is it necessary to have reservation ID? ID? Like if someone go to a restaurant, they can directly book something, right? I mean, order something, right? Like they don't have a reservation. They will sit in a random table like that.
Yeah, the idea was to how would you charge at the end? Like, what is either we tie it to the table or tie it to the order, like the reservation, which the reservation is going to be tied to the table. Does it make sense? So if someone pays you for table 15, for example, and we don't know what the order was on table 15, how are you gonna uh, receive the payment? So that's why I put the reservation because the reservation will be tied to the table, and when they order, they will pay. So they will clear the table payment. I know if that makes sense what I'm saying. If please, if I'm not understandable, just let me know, and I can try to reword it.
So what I'm thinking, like if someone goes to restaurant directly, I mean, they don't reserve anything, right? I mean, any table.
Right. So this field in that case, if they call to order, right? This field will be like maybe online order will be ID 0. So it will always be online order. Or if someone walks in
Okay.
would be ID 1. I don't know. I mean, I'm just hypothetically saying. So it will always be ID 1 for someone that walks in that is not sitting. But if we have tables that have numbers and each reservation will be given a unique ID, so the tables, we're not giving away the same tables to different people, right? In that case, we have to know which bill corresponds to what reservation, which the reservation is tied to a table. Does it make sense?
I think we need to discuss about that.
Manju, can you
I think so.
explain better?
Yes.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you understood what I was saying, but
Okay, Naveen, is your question is because Eddie, what I understood is this whole table design, the database is very much focused on the reservation basis. And what I understood from Naveen's question, he's trying to ask is correct me, Naveen, but I'm just trying to convey what I understood that if somebody visits a restaurant without reservation and in order table it has reservation ID, but I don't have a reservation, I just walked into the restaurant. So how are you going to generate the payment and all the details in that case? Is that what you're asking, Naveen?
Yes, man.
oh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
okay. So now I understand. So you see, it if it doesn't matter really if someone just walks in and at the moment that he goes to the person, they are reserving a table. You know what I mean? It's not like they're walking in and they're buying something and leaving. So the table that they will sit at, it will be occupied. So how that unique ID is generated, that's a different question, I think, and it's good thinking about it. But the table at the moment that someone walks in and sits on, it will be reserved. It cannot be reserved for anyone else. So let's say someone calls in and say, I need a table for three, and then people just seconds ago walked in and took a table for three, And if the table is not blocked, they will be overbooking the same table. Does it make sense? So that's why we need some form to make sure that the table, it's when it's occupied, has a reservation ID. Yeah, I don't know if that explains my thinking.
But that will create a, I mean, that will not create good experience, I guess. I mean, like when we go to the restaurant directly, I think we don't need to reserve.
No, Naveen, sorry to interrupt. I
Yeah.
think what Eddie is trying to explain is the moment, even if someone is walking in and if that table is taken, they
Hmm.
have to mark it as reserved because it should not be available online too, because it's going to be kind of, conflict because
Uh,
that table is currently occupied. So the moment someone, takes that table, in that system, it should be marked as occupied. It shouldn't be available for online booking or phone booking or any other booking for that moment. So, but then, Eddie, this from here, I'm getting this question. It has to be marked according to the time that currently this table is occupied. Then how would you coordinate with the time? It might be free after an hour or maybe after 2 hours. So how would you make like the availability according to the time? Are you getting my question?
Yeah, so mm,
See, Uday Kumar here. But
yes,
see, whenever we
Eddie?
are going to book a,
yes. So
are you able to hear, right?
yeah, yeah. I don't know who's talking, but yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, Uday.
Let me just
Uh,
answer this, Uday. So,
yeah, the same thing only. Okay.
mhm. So the question, if I understood, Manju, how is the time going to be done? So basically, normally, what restaurants do is 1 hour per table. So if someone walks in, at the moment that uh, they walk through the door, they the person, the admin, as Camille said, he should be have a quick button to reserve the table, as opposed to going through the reservation, putting the name and things like that. So it'd be a guest reservation, but they will have a reservation ID and a timestamp. So from there, an hour later, the table should be clear, if that makes sense.
Okay. Um, I'll come back to you later. I still have, but I'm still unclear about what I'm going to ask. But I have something to ask about this, so I'll come
Yeah.
back to you later.
Okay, Dai. Sorry. You can go ahead and ask.
No, it's not a question actually. Whatever we discuss now, no, for the same only. I will give my opinion. Maybe I don't know it's either correct or not. See, whenever we are going for online booking or the reservation, that time we cannot book the current time, right? It will be after 2 hours or after 1 hour. What are the tables are available? That only we will be booked, right? That's a reserve. That's called reserving, right?
Right. So it will
Correct,
be
ma'am.
only
It can
okay.
be.
And let me just write down this online. You can go ahead, Manju.
Yeah, so Uday, it could be like this, right? So suppose if I decide to go to a restaurant and if I'm aware this restaurant is busy, I can just call them, hey, I want to come to the restaurant. Do you have table for two or table for four? So if it is available, they can let me know, yeah, we have table for so and so many people for now. Or if they don't have, if they are busy, they can just deny me, oh no, we are busy at this moment.
Yeah, that is correct. But see, whenever you are going for online or you are calling directly, so they will be give you a chance to reserve the table after some time, not the current time, right? Because you only already told it's a busy time, so it may be completely occupied, right?
Right. Normally, what happens is you don't call and say I'm gonna be there in 10 minutes. You usually call with a
Yeah,
few hours
that's
with a
right.
few hours in advance. So if someone says I have a reservation for 6, or someone just walked in and it's 5 p.m., then I can say, hey, there will be a table available. around, I don't know, this time.
So
Yeah,
suppose
and one more
if you
thing.
are
Uh,
booking table for tomorrow, right? So if you are booking in advance, then it should be like tomorrow. The table will be booked for that time slot, right? So if somebody is coming, even booking before itself, then it should be booked for your time slot. So there will be no issue if he comes check in or check out. That table will be booked for him, and if it doesn't show in particular time, then maybe that after that time we can do it like that, like the table will be available back in the chart, so that if somebody walks in and if table is available, they can directly walk in.
Like this is something that happens a lot here when I go out and to walk into a restaurant. They always tell me you have this time, this amount of time to clear the table because this table is going to be occupied at this time. So they know that someone already reserved the table. If I walked in at 12 and someone already reserved the table at 12:30 and they say you only have half an hour, will that be okay? I mean, we can go 10 minutes past, people one man waiting for 10 minutes because it happens. That's very normal in restaurants, but they already know. So this is the same thing. If someone reserve a table for 45 minutes uh, at the time that someone walked in, the person should be able to inform the walked in people that the table should be clear in 45 minutes. Does it make sense? Because it's already reserved. So that's why we need to keep track with the reservation IDs, the time that a reservation. So normally, again, it goes for an hour per reservation and all these things.
yeah, and one more thing here. See, if we give a reservation ID, then whenever we are getting a problem for related to reserve things or reserve table, then we can track that with this reservation ID, right? So that's the main motive. Uh,
So the reservation
that's it.
ID, there are three main objectives for the reservation ID. One is to tie the payment to the table. Two is to understand what table is reserved. And three, if there is, for example, order IDs and things like that, order online orders and pickup orders or whatever, um, we can take the all these because it's an order, then all this will be inside that, because people go to a restaurant to order food, to order things. So that's the main reason. So we in my I think a reservation, it's a way to track where everything is in terms of availability for the restaurant and to understand like which tables are most reserved. Three people, five people, 10 people, two people. It's in the future you can track all these things um, with the data that you will bring from these reservations.
AD, you can add two more fields like start time and end time in the reservation table. I think as of now we have only date time, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. I will have. I realized that. Yeah. Um, how to handle this and also add start and ending time for
And one more thing, Eddie.
reservations. Yes.
Yeah. So do we have any different number for tracking, which is walking and book the table? Which means currently I want to have the food, so I'm currently in the front of restaurant and I'm coming and I'm using one table. So for that, and one more thing is online, right? These two difference is there right now. So for these two, do we have any different numbers to identify?
So I think this could
Or
be created as a guest, like a user. Since
Yes,
why I'm asking means if we while running the application, if something happen, okay, some errors or anything can happen, right? So if
hmm
something happen through online booking, then we should have some tracking numbers, right, to understand whether it's an online booking or it's a like walk-in.
But you see, for online booking, you don't need to try. You know, you will have to give your details to reserve the table. It's for the walk-ins that it will be a little different because on the walk-ins, someone will reserve a table right as they walk in, if there is any available. But for online, they will have to provide their details or their payment if they're not logged in. So the online will create a full report of who's coming, how many are coming, and everything. The walked in, I think it's a little trickier. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, got it. So maybe we have to think it. Yeah, got it.
Okay,
Can I speak?
sure,
Uh,
sure. Go ahead.
okay, so you're saying about like reservation, parking reservation. So if you are creating an admin portal at the restaurant, they can lock in the seat, right? For the hotel, from the hotel employee can reserve the seat for the walk-ins. So that will be shown in the screen from the hotel perspective. So it will be shown, right?
I couldn't get the question because it was breaking up a little bit. I don't know if I'm having issues with my internet or.
Uh, so I'm asking the question: if there is an admin at the hotel, right? A hotel or restaurant.
Uh-huh.
If someone walk-ins, he will note down. He will book that seat there.
Right.
So it will
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It
Like it normally happens like that, you know. Like if you're in a restaurant
so,
it's busy, there is always someone that will uh, do take the guests in and sit them, right? So that person will be responsible for uh, do a quick check-in, and the table will
yeah.
be reserved for them. So yes, I think
Okay. So can you take data from that admin and update it? I don't-
I think for that again, that functionality has to be walk-ins, and this is I think the big thing that we'll have to rethink. I'll have to rethink also on how to handle this
Okay.
because this is going to completely change the flow of how things are working in the code, and it might actually break it if we don't think about it correctly. The
Okay.
walk-ins are it's a big thing for sure. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just not no.
Yeah, so I think we should think. I will think about this, and we all should be thinking about how the walk-ins are gonna be handled.
And Eddie Uday here again. Uh, Here we are giving more importance for the reservations, right? It means we will we will give the chance to book a tables for the customers, and we will not give the chance to book all the tables. What are the tables are available? Like how many tables are available in the restaurant? We will not give the chance to book all the tables, right? Some
So,
tables will be keep for the working hours, right?
so the rule that we thought about it was rule for reservation. If if I'm just gonna do it like this, greater than five, call pretty much. See if they're saying that they're gonna be 100 people, they need to call. If they say it's six people, they need to call. If they say there is four people, then they're okay. If five people are coming, they are okay. So it depends on the number of guests because there will be a field that asks how many people are coming. And if they say two, then a table for two will be reserved. And the other thing, the other rule is that's rule number one. The other rule is if not login, I'm just gonna use yeah, yeah. Logged in, then payment. So he must be logged in order to um, reserve the table, or they will have to put payment things. Oh, the meeting it's 50 minutes. These stinkers. Yeah. So hold on. Let me exit and see if I can uh, restart the meeting. Sometimes it fools the system. Um, or we can do a meet. Yeah. Anything else?
I have one question.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. Is there someone else? Like, I'm sorry, I
Sorry.
don't want to be the one who's interrupting.
You should go. If I should I speak or do I
S-
Okay,
put
I have a
others?
quick question. Yeah,
Sapphire,
sorry,
Sapphire,
Zafar.
hold on, let me just ask, Sapphire, can you set up another meeting and share the link, please? Because it's gonna run out in 10 minutes, this meeting.
Is it Microsoft Teams?
Yes.
Um,
Actually,
I'm
yeah.
not set up on Microsoft Teams. Wait one sec. I don't know how to do it actually.
Anyone
I've
can
never done this before.
anyone can set up another meeting and we can run a little longer than an hour.
I mean, you can use the Discord, but we can't have the screen share.
I can share my screen there in Discord.
I mean, we can do Discord.
Okay, let's do that. Let's just once this finishes, we'll jump into Discord then, just so we all are in the same page.
Yeah, sorry about that. I should actually try out Microsoft Teams. I've only used this once with you guys.
It's useful. You see, there is a trick. If you start the meeting and you close the meeting like 2 minutes later, and then you restart the meeting right away, you can have a 24-hour meeting. That's a bug that they have, and I discovered that bug a while ago. I forgot to do
Oh,
this today.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I forgot to do that today, but if you run more than 15 minutes, they lock you on the time. So I don't know if they fix it, but please don't be sharing this because they will fix it.
Yeah, guys, don't tell anyone. Don't tell
Yeah,
anyone.
it was my secret. Now everyone knows. Okay, mind you, you can go ahead and we'll go
Yeah,
on.
so for the payment thing, the payment is going to be some percentage of the payment, like some kind of advance payment, because I'm assuming it's shouldn't be a full payment because we don't know what they're going to order.
Right,
They
so
might order some additional stuff too.
right, so the payment will be, for example, it will be a flat rate depending on the
Okay.
number of people. So
Okay.
flat rate. If it's two people, it will be 40.
Hmm.
If it's five, it will be 100. And that's the end
Okay.
of it. And that's the end of it. I mean, if it's more, obviously they don't have to call, so there's no need for it. But there's gotta be
Hmm.
some ratio there that we like. Normally, you go to a restaurant, you spend around $20. Maybe two 20 is too high. Maybe 10. Yeah, so if it's two people, $20 or €20, whatever. So that's the idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, Sapphire. Now it's your turn, man.
So we're going on just. Oh, right. Okay. All I wanted to say was anyone from test development, I'm going to be in the Discord chat. Well, we're going to Discord anyway, but I was just going to say that I will be in the front end development voice channel. So I've created a new category in Discord for anything front end. So you can use the front end forum, for example, for any questions on coding. If there's anything you want any help on, and we have a new voice channel for front end. So if you guys want to team up together in teams and discuss something, because we've got a lot of stuff to do, please use those voice channels and please use the forums, and please just text me if you need anything. Or and I hope everyone has found the Excel document. If you still haven't found the Excel document, please contact me. We're all on there. And we're picking up pace. So yeah, I'm going to be in the voice channel just to tell you guys the next steps and stuff that we're going to do. And yeah, that's it for me.
Actually, I was hoping that you will present, or I don't know if Hyper is here. I think he is not, but The front end is going really well in the preparation. The back end is that it's just lacking a little bit. And there was one request that I put on Discord. I think it's gonna end soon, and it's right here. And this is serious because again, for me, it's to stay focused on what we're doing, and I would prefer only people that are participating in the project that I will be answering questions and then we can interact only with the people because otherwise it's gonna be a mess. And so yeah, please, if you're here, read this message and let me know. I am uh, everyone that is in this group today has reached out to me. So it's only 18 people. We are here 20 today, and I know some people couldn't make it, but so you will be put inside this private channel, and then we can break it in front and back end from there. I just want to make sure that I have a good head count, uh, so I understand how things might end up playing at the end for the development. That's all the house cleaning that I wanted to do.
Okay, Eddie and Zafire, I have one more question. Like, whatever the front end is designing to doing the front end, whatever modules and everything, there has to be a sync with the back end, right? So how are we going to what do you call coordinate with that? Like the front end, okay, this is what it has to be, it's decided. So accordingly, we need to have everything working in the back end too
And
to coordinate it.
that's a very good question. For example, the front end should, and I would hopefully um, persuade them to have their components named the same as the entities. For example, they will have a component table, a component user, I mean, a component customer, a component admin, a component table, a component menu, because that's how we will build the controllers. Because, oh, my son got here. Because, oh, I'm sorry. I think he's upset. Where is this thing? Because all these, where are these? Uh, all these, it should be the same name as the components on the front end. Because if they're using React, it will be customer component, admin component, table component, reservation component. So we can understand where each controller is going. Does it make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
do you mean by components? Because would it be a page or would it be?
So if you're using React, each component it's simply a class inside React, right? So
We're using classes. Oh, are we doing functional programming on this?
well, I'm just saying if you have a page, let me see if I have anything. I think I have. Let me check. I should have something here real quick. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, so hotel component, right? This is each a component. This is React. So if I expand this, I should have all the things that inside the component.
Oh, you want the, oh, you're just talking about folder names.
Yes, because um,
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay.
and then these also have to be descriptive. Be all bookings, for example. If you go here, because we'll fetch the data from here, and we'll do our logic as well. It's not only
Okay. You just want it all to be organized in the same naming system that you have named it.
right, yeah,
Okay.
because this is a nav component,
In
for
terms,
example.
yeah, it would be really helpful for us if we can just have a list of all those main folders and the names of those folders so that we can sync them together so that we have the same names so everyone knows where all the files are.
Right, and that's what I was trying to get, because it's important that we get all this for the front end to also get things going. I mean, in a
Yeah,
way, it should.
if you have the full list, please send it to me, and I can just tell the front end, just put, you know, anything to do with reservation, put it in a folder called reservation
Right.
component.
So everything,
Anything to do with, yeah.
everything should be actually here. Where is this? Here are the
Yeah, that's
tables.
actually great for us, because then that just sorts that solves the folder issue for us. So
Right. So
um,
this
we
is
can just
the
copy your folder.
yeah, these are the table names. So user, I don't think you would use user because you don't really need the user table. I mean the user component because you have customer, admin, reservation, restaurant menu, and all those. This is just for us to create this and this for the backend. But anyways, these are the names, and
Okay.
I think we'll add one more, which is roles. I think that was a great suggestion. Uh, but we'll have to think about what's gonna be in there. Yeah.
Can I have a copy of this? Wait, you have the presentation. The presentation is on Discord, right?
Yes.
Okay, I need to find that. Um,
Okay, Eddie, I have one more question.
Yes.
Um, I haven't done a full project using Spring Boot, but I remember Heather once mentioned that we can't use joins using Spring Boot. Spring Boot or Spring Data, I don't remember. So how are we going to join all these tables? Which technology are we going to use?
And
Because I'm not sure.
that I'll have to see because if um I have to see how this can be done. I haven't thought about it, but I'll check and see what's the best way to get it done. I was reading about Rabbit MQ. I was reading about Kafka, but I'm not sure yet which one of those two it's gonna be easier. But I'll MongoDB too. I mean that's what it's a great suggestion. We can use Mongo. It's free. Yeah. So
But if we use Mongo, like our table structure is based on the SQL, I mean SQL, right?
it's the same. It doesn't change. The only difference between Mongo and MySQL is that MySQL it's a key value relationship. MongoDB it's a little bit different because each you see you can send different size of data for the same entity. So yeah, it is a little different, but I've used MongoDB for I built a messaging app, and it worked fine. So we can I'll think about that. I think that's a good question, Manju. I didn't think about it.
Maybe we can use a native SQL for, I mean, joining the queries. That will possible, right?
It could be. I
Like,
have to see. Let me see.
we are writing our own SQL code, right?
No, we're not. So
In the case of a native SQL.
tables. I think the call is gonna end in a few minutes, so I we might have to swap. In
Yeah, so I've just written down a whole list of the components. Um, I've put that on the front of the Excel spreadsheet. The only thing that we would need to know is um, the only thing for the folder names.
mm-hmm.
So I've written down all the components. The only thing, so this is a communication thing. So it's just a matter of just letting us know the function of these components so that we can sync it with our site. So for example, table component, I'm not sure what that is. Because we will have lots of tables. So I'm not sure what that means. So if you guys can go onto, if you can go on Excel and just explain to us what each component is, just very briefly, like in like one sentence, we can just, that would just help us organize to put things in the right places. We may also have some folders that would be outside of these components as well. So I think there are some components here that uh, I'm looking at folders with these components, and then there will also be folders for the basic visual design and the functions that would go on top of that. So the component folders would be a part of most of the other folders we'll have. I can't see this being a complete collection of all the stuff we'll be doing, because there'll be other stuff as well. So that won't need a backend. Um, so yeah, so if someone could please do that, thanks.
I'll try to think of the best way to explain this on what each one is gonna do.
Because when I see save table component, for me that means everything that has a table. So anything, any React function that outputs a table would go into table component. Is that right? Or
No, the table is for reservations. It's for actually sitting area.
so then what would the reservation component be?
The reservation would be who is that? Let me just mute.
Anyway, that just needs a bit of clarity. That's not a problem. Um, I'm just putting it right now.
Right.
So just a description so that we don't get confused on which one
So
to put in which.
so the reservation for you would be uh something that pop up. Let me explain. Let me see if I can find something real quick. A reservation for I don't know. Let me see if something comes up. Drag launch. What I was using the other day. The Ankler. I don't remember. What was the okay, let me see. I just want to find a place where you go and reserve a table today. Discover it and okay, let's see. I don't think this is the best example. So the reservation would be, for example, if you come to this page, right? Let's assume this is a reservation page. Are you guys seeing my screen? Yeah. Okay, let's assume this is a reservation. So this is your component. What it's shown inside the reservation, like let's say this is a date, for example. Okay, you come here and put the date. I'm looking for which date, and then you click next, and then it goes to how many people, and then you click next. So what time is it gonna be? And that's your reservation component. Does it make sense? The table component would be where are you gonna be sitting? Uh, which tables are available, and how many people per table? That's the table component.
Okay.
Like
I'm just
like this
typing
is
that down now.
like this is a component. For example, if I come here, I don't know if this is done in React. Let me actually check. React. Oh, it is here.
Just need to, so table component, what tables are available, and the reservation component again is,
What is the flow of from point A to point reservation
okay,
completed? That's a
okay,
that's a full
okay,
component. So for example,
okay.
this is a component in this case, the login, right? You put a login and then you come here and then you put the phone number and then you log in. This is an entire component. And then what
Okay.
happens after this, that's another component.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep, yep. So this is a component of components.
right, so today, for example, this today is a component, right? So because you can pick the dates and all that.
Okay.
So let's see, React program.
Okay. So then the table component would be in the reservation component.
it depends all on how you decide to do the flow.
Okay.
Because
So we do the user flow of user flow of the
let's see.
reservation of.
So in this case, let's see. I don't know if it's gonna open. Probably not. Why is it not open?
Okay, I think I understand. Um, and the order component
Okay.
is ordering online.
So you see, this is a component as a whole. Like I am assuming it's like a login and like a landing component. So then you click, and then you have this. It's a component. Uh, I'm not gonna send email. And then you coming soon projects, for example. These are all components. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
social media component. I'm assuming it doesn't have a nav component. I don't see it. About Brian, let's see. About Brian, this is another component. Like all those little things that interact in the with the user are components in React.
Okay.
Yeah,
I hope that's clear for everybody else as well. Um, Otherwise, we're going to get stuff mixed up.
yeah. I mean, again, if I'm not really like the best front end, but I can definitely answer some questions.
Yeah. The order component, is that ordering online?
So yes, let's see. I'm gonna show. So for example, let's say this is a restaurant, right? Let's go back. Let's say this is a restaurant, and we have a button here that says order. You click on the button, and then this is a component. This is the order component.
Okay.
Does it
It's
make sense?
everything that involves ordering.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
So this is actually a very cool website. You wanna play with this?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, so that's what it is. So
Okay.
each thing
Yeah.
is each little thing that does something is a component in
Okay.
React.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope that's clear for everyone else. Components, the names, like admin component, table component, these are broad categories that involve a lot of things inside it. Just hope that everyone else gets that. Um, Ordering.
So for
It's
example,
kind of a table. It's kind of a table in database. Like everything is a component, as you're saying. Like if I'm talking about a customer, it has everything, all the details about customer. If I'm talking about menu, it has all the information about menu. So
Okay, and
is that what you're trying to say?
they would all be contained in a table.
yeah. So let me show you this. For example, can you
Because
see
I've
this?
never seen a backend framework. I have no idea what I'm looking at.
So this
So,
is actually a front end. If you
okay.
yeah. So if you look at this, you see hotel management system front end master. This is the front end of my backend for the management system. Anyways, this is a booking component, right? I actually don't know if I can run this. Let me see.
I can see your GitHub.
npm start. Oh, it's running. Oh, let me see. Why can I share my whole screen? This is what I don't like about. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have to switch the screens. This is what I was showing you the other day. Uh, so I just run the code, and this is what I end up. Oh, where is it? Where is this? So this is so this is the code that I just ran. You see, this is a one component is this one, and then you have this. So let me let me see what components is here. Verify. Let me see the login page, image, location component, maps, user component. Okay, so just remember this. Okay, there's a login, there's a registration, right? So
Yeah.
let me share the other screen now because it's fun to be changing screens like every 2 seconds. So remember the login, it's under the user component. The user has a login form, which I showed you, and it has a registration form, which I showed you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is.
Okay. 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 I understand.
Yeah, it's what's inside. So if I had a page, for example, this it's about page, the where the pictures are placed, the contact us and the footer and the home, the part. So this is a component of the page. So the navbar, you have this in the navbar, which should be on the top, right? Then you have the location, what you can add in the location. Each of these, it's a different page. Like if you want to add a location, it will take you to a different URI. If you want to get all locations, it will take you to a different URI. So these are
Mm-hmm.
components, pretty much.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what.
admin
Mm.
components.
So
Sorry.
the admin. Okay, so let's see. Let me. I'm still running this. We don't have the admin because it's inside. Which one is that? Let me think about the booking. Maybe no. Verify booking
Well,
facility.
anyway, well, actually, well, I've got the basic gist of
Yeah.
it, but if maybe after this, if you can go on Excel, on that Excel document spreadsheet, the UX UI, at the bottom there is a long list of the names of folders that we're going to put in for the development phase.
Mm-hmm.
And we have all the names of those components, and there's another column after that, which is the description of what these components are. I filled in some of them, but if you could help me fill in the rest, that would help us a lot,
Okay,
just so we know where to put things in the right places.
sounds good. So for the admin, actually has access to these three to verify, to get the booking, to add the facility, and all this.
Okay.
So it's yeah, it's because it's a completely different site. I don't know if we were going through that the other day. I don't know what it is. Okay, here it is. Let me see. What the heck? Let me see if I can show you this. I don't know if I can log in because I'm not running the back end of this thing, but I'll try. Yeah, I don't. It's not run. I don't have the back end running, and I have to run both at the same time. Um. Anyways, so if you come here and log in as an admin, you will have a completely different look on the tab
Ooh,
because it's
I see.
um, for administrative use, whatever. But I will try to run a little video of this and show you what I'm thinking about this. This is it's not a complicated. It's very simple actually on what I have here. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you explained it very well. So thanks a lot. So you can anyway, anyone else from backend, if you want to see what we're doing, I think you guys can find it. We're pretty transparent. So if you can have a look, and we do have a spot for you guys in the backend section. Um, and you can do whatever you want, add the comments, whatever.
Okay. So anyone else with anything?
That's actually I. And sorry if yeah, my question will be not very corresponding. I was still in my work when the meeting yeah is happening right now, so I was not able to hear everything. But then my question is, you are showing us something right now, which is a part of your repository. Is that correct?
No, it's not part of my
Ah,
repository. It's private.
okay,
Yeah, because this, I
private.
mean,
Okay,
anyone can take this and make money with it. So no, it's not. It's private.
okay. Okay, so that was last thing, and another one, another question. Uh, we are supposed to work with the Docker.
Hmm.
You showed us this video how to integrate this Docker with Postgres SQL, I suppose. And my question is how to how it looks like when we want to share something on the GitHub. This should be this should also include the stuff with the Docker or not? Because I don't know if at the end on the GitHub we should share only our code, I would say, or also the settings. It might be a trivial question, but
Okay,
I mean, yeah.
so for this, right, if you come here and you download this, for example, the test project, you came here, you clone everything, right? So for if I'm not showing this, I'm sorry guys, I have to change the screen every time I want to share something. It doesn't allow me to share my entire screen for some reason. Well, let me see. Yeah, no, it doesn't. So where am I? Where am I? Then this is the one. Is this my GitHub? Yeah. So if you came and let's go back. If you came here and went to repositories and clicked on this test project, code, clone, or you can also download the zip, however you did it. And this linked is already in the clone in your local machine, right? So if you were to come here, let's see. I have to change the screen. So if you were to come here, for example, you need to have Git in your in your system. It has to be, you have to have Git. So if you come to this folder, I don't even know where this folder is. I don't think I have it here. Test. No, I don't have this in my system. I have it as a different name. So anyways, I'm just gonna clone this somewhere because I don't want to keep two copies of this. Can you see my terminal still or no? Let's close this one.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Okay. This is ridiculous. I should have done that thing with the. So, which screen are you seeing? You're seeing this one. I need to close both.
I can see, yeah, the one with last login and some kind of, I don't know what is it, but somewhere where you are inserting the Git comments.
Okay, I'm just gonna exit this. Let's see if it lets me close it. Yeah, I need to force kill the stupid thing because it doesn't want to let me do anything. Okay, now I'm not sharing anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open a new one, and I'm gonna share this in a minute. So sorry about this. Okay. Oh fudge, the cable guy is here. Okay, I'm gonna show you this real quick. So if you were to come, uh, you need to get a folder, right? You do a clone, and then you copy this because the cable guys needs to install my stuff, and they're calling me already. Paste. So I'm gonna clone it, right? So now I have this in my system. So every time you make a change, you're gonna do a git add and then a period, and you're gonna add. Obviously, I have nothing that I have done in this project, so there's nothing to add. And then you're gonna do git commit.
Sorry, this is actually not I suppose this is not what I was asking about because I was thinking uh,
Hmm.
as we should use the Docker and uh, is it somehow connected? Because I understand the Docker as something which include every setting regarding the software which will be then used. And
Oh,
should
every
we
time you do something on the, everything will be sent back. So yeah, I mean you don't have to do anything really.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Sorry for not being clear, but yeah, actually I'm still having problem to understand it. So
Yeah, yeah. No,
yeah, that only thing was what.
you don't have to do anything about anything. Just make your changes and send it. Git push. First add, then commit, then push. and if anything needs to be checked, uh, it will have to be checked before it's merged into the project. I don't know if that makes sense. Guys, please stay here, talk a little more. I have the cable guy that needs to install cable in my house for my internet, and he's downstairs waiting. So please feel free to talk a little longer. I am just going to step out of my keyboard right now and get him set up.
Well, thank you.
And any front end, please, can you join me in the front end development discussion chat channel, voice channel? That's where I'm going next, just to show you guys the new category, and to just talk about the Excel spreadsheet and extra things that we're going to put on. Thanks. See you there.
So, are you going to do it now, Zafar?
And I would have a question to guys from the back end, and have any one of you start doing something or thinking about how to do it, how to divide the work, and any plans? Because I suppose that we should start somehow. And if someone has an experience enough to be able to judge if something which was covered right now on the Telescope, including the MVC, I'm still a pale backward regarding this topic, but would it be fine to, I don't know, be a part in the work right now to do something with it? Maybe you could try to divide it somehow and start doing anything about it.
Kamil, even I'm wondering the same. And I was going to ask the front end team if we can, if I can join them too, because the front end and back end has to be in sync, and I just want to be aware what they are going to do in front end. Even if I'm not contributing anything to the front end, I want to know what they are going to do, because that's how the back end. Naveen, can't hear you. You
Uh,
well, it's
now,
yeah, yeah. Now is better.
Kamil was saying that like how we will divide the work, right?
Yes, yeah. This is
Yes,
his
yes, yes,
question.
exactly. Manju, apologize. I've muted you at some point, and I don't know if I muted you completely or not. Hopefully, everything works and you are not angry about it because I saw that there was an echo, which also I made probably later on because I found notice that I was still on microphone.
Like if once the plan is ready, like we will divide the classes, like which some of the classes I will, I mean, write the code, and some classes you will write the code, like that we can divide the classes and we can build the different files and merge it. Don't know like that will making sense or not. Will make sense, I guess. Like based on the functionalities, can divide the work. Am I audible?
Yes, Naveen, we
I was
can hear
able to
you,
hear you.
but yeah, the classes and everything, like whatever the PDF Eddie has shared, there are so many things to do. It looks very, I mean, there are so many controllers, services, and all. So probably according to the team wise, like team one, team two,
Is that
like
making
this is
sense,
what they're doing.
Kamil? I don't know.
The backend team is still floating randomly. Like
June.
we are
Do we
wondering
have
what's going on.
And do we have right now any database which tables inside, or this will be also to be implemented? And if this will be to be implemented, are we going to create it while writing the code and use the create in the configuration file, or are we going maybe to set the database before going with the code? Because I suppose that if everyone will be somehow involved in writing, some of the classes which will be divided probably somehow, it might be difficult. So maybe we should that's only my thought. Maybe we should think about having the structure in the database which can be already used. Or what do you think? Or maybe every single class should be just written and then run, and based on that, the table will be mapped to the database based on the classes. Maybe we should think also about it if this is not already, yeah, if there's no idea. What are your thoughts?
Maybe we can create the tables directly in the database and we'll write the code.
Yeah, but basically right now I'm thinking, and maybe it would be even better to just start writing something to have this common structure for each of the class, because each class should be mapped to the database, and based on that the table should be created. So because I suppose that at some point we should be somehow divided, that for example 2 or 3 people work on one class. I don't even know how to do it, but probably if we have something like 10 or 12 people, it might be a good to work more closely in pairs or something like this. Do we have any idea about it, or maybe any recommendation from you or from someone who's more experienced? Or we are just thinking that everyone will be just trying to do something and then to put it on the GitHub? I'm just thinking about the strategy how to develop this.
I think we need
Yeah, I
to
get your question.
discuss on this,
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
was
Even I'm not sure.
not sure. Maybe we should wait for Eddie to come back and take the lead here. So
But Manju, what are
randomly
your
we
thoughts
can.
about it? Because you've got quite a good experience probably when it comes to this. What do you think? What would be convenient to us? Maybe at the first thought from your perspective. Maybe any advice?
My advice, I'm still lost. I mean, yeah, I have no idea at this stage what to recommend. And it's been a long time for me to work, so at this stage I'm lost. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like what you question, like how are we going to, we definitely have to divide in the teams, and we have to have something on the paper, like yeah, this is going to be the structure and this is how we are going to
I
organize.
think she's
And
not in front
these,
of the system, I guess. I don't know.
can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, but I can also hear Navin, and I'm not sure if Navin, you are referring to uh, something from the project, because I was not able to hear you clearly.
Your
I didn't
voice is
understand, sorry.
breaking a little bit. Well, I don't know, like I am
Whose voice?
facing internet or internet issue. I don't know. Can you come again, Kamil?
Okay. I don't know. Maybe there is something with the connection. I'm not sure. But generally speaking, so we should probably thought about some kind of how to divide the work, and maybe the first thing would be what will be the result to get the database, at least the shape of the database we would like to have. And if we are going to input this manually and create all the tables within I am not sure, we are going probably to use the Postgres SQL or MySQL. I'm not sure, but I remember that the Eddie sent us some kind of video where she wanted to implement Docker together with Postgres, if I'm not mistaken. So probably we should firstly decide if the tables will be done manually, or we are going to use Spring to create the tables. So the one step earlier should be the how to divide the work. For example, 2 people working on one class, and yeah, then to have opportunity to put it and to the GitHub, and then to run it once to have the structure of the database, at least the initial. Because I suppose that one thing is that we don't, yeah, that there will be really a lot of differences when it comes to experience. And the second thing is that at least we should think about how to start to see what we can do.
So yeah, Kamil, regarding the database
But
and
like if you use code to generate the tables, like for that we have to complete uh, all the code, right? I mean, total code. Then only it will create all the tables, and the mapping will be established, I guess. So if you don't want to wait, I mean, until that, like we can directly create the tables inside database, and we can share in the. Maybe we can discuss once again on this.
Maybe one.
Kamil,
Oh,
for your
keep
question,
going.
yeah, I believe
I don't know, like
I
I
do
am
not have
completely fresher.
any certain,
I'm just
yeah, any
giving
certain
my
answer because
ideas.
I believe I do not have any answer for this because I'm still not sure about what technology we are going to use. As you pointed out, like we are talking about using Docker for using Postgres. We are also talking about using MongoDB and MySQL, and then I'm confused about the joins. I don't know how to connect two tables. Like which technology will support join better. So once we finalize which technology we can use, then maybe we can have a better clarity how to divide the work. Because accordingly, based on the technology we are going to use in the back end, then only we can have the clarity how to divide the work. Unless we finalize on that, there is always going to be a blurred picture of what's going to happen and who's going to do what.
Okay, so one thing would be to have the final thought about which technology we are going to use, and to have this knowledge, we need to be sure which technology support in the best way the joining of the tables.
Yeah.
And okay,
Yes.
but this is something we might yeah talk about to Eddie when he's back, but he was thinking already about it because that was the part of the conversation earlier or so. And the second thing, Anju, do you know if we share the project to the GitHub, this means that if we are going to use the Docker, we'll share the whole Docker, I don't know, the whole container or not?
That's what I have to figure out how to do it. But yes, I know like if you build your project, if your project is done, you can share everything on that GitHub because you are going to, it's kind of, you are going to upload everything, all the resources there. And because I have done it, I have done it a year back. I don't remember exactly how I did it, but yeah, we can do it. That's the whole
Yeah,
purpose
yeah.
of using Docker.
Because the idea behind this to put the one environment which will be then used to run all the applications. So everyone who is using something, I don't know, you are using Linux, someone is using Mac, will be just using the environment which is implemented on the server. So everything, I don't know, the image or how it's called, and there won't be any problems to run this on each and every machine.
No idea. Honestly, no idea. How it works on different, how it's going to work on different environment, I have no idea. But the whole idea of using Docker is whatever dependencies you need, it's kind of a package, bundle. You are putting all the dependencies in a bundle and you are just running it wherever you want to run it once you have the code ready.
Okay.
So how it is going to be running on multiple environments, I have no idea. But as Eddie suggested, once this project is done, he's going to host it on some cloud. So once everything is on the cloud, then the cloud is going to support, irrespective of which environment it's going to run on. And how is that going to be done? We can post it in the group. Whoever knows better can answer it. But But what I understand is that is the whole idea of having the Docker and hosting it on the cloud so that you can run it anywhere. That's
Okay.
what I like vaguely understand. Yeah. But as I said, like backend team is still kind of lost, random. And whatever recommendations Eddie has suggested, the PDF file, the project presentation, I first need to understand what his suggestions are, because honestly, I just got to know about that PDF. I didn't know that such thing was shared. So I need to go through it. I need to go through the whole database design that he has proposed, and I also want to understand what the front end team is doing. I haven't done a project at this scale, to be honest. So that's why I want to understand what is going to be the database design, how we are going to code in backend, what technologies we are going to need. But there has to be a sync, and there has to be a good coordination between front end and back end team too. So who is going to coordinate between front end? It seems Eddie is going to coordinate between front end and back end team, and I need redirect to, you know, a function which is a functionality which is implemented using the backend team. Like the backend team would implement those functionalities, that kind of thing. So I wanted to attend the backend, sorry, the front end team now, but it's fine. We are discussing about it. So Eddie, sorry, not Eddie, Kamil, like before we implement anything, like whatever the PDF file, did you see like what Kamil, sorry, Eddie was suggesting, like, the service layer, the controller, and all those different layers. And if you're thorough with this, like this concepts, then probably, like later the work becomes easier, like what to exactly do. I feel like at this stage, I'm just learning about the string, the technology, what it does. But I'm still confused. How do I transform my real world requirements using those technologies?
So actually, I have also one thing about it because I saw only a little bit of Wednesday classes. I was not Thursday because I cannot attend on this day. And my feeling is my thought actually is: do we think that this actual knowledge from the telescope till Thursday, this is something we are going to use probably. So using the Spring and VC and so on, because I'm a little bit afraid of this all stuff with the Docker, with this all other. I know that it might be important and so on, but these are something beyond the course. So yeah, I suppose that we might also be thinking how to go with it and what other technologies will be used. If someone who has more knowledge maybe can advise on here.
So what they are teaching in Telesco is purely on Java, like what Java does. But what we have to figure out is how do we use that Java to, create a project to transform the real world, like whatever we want to implement using this technology, the Java technology. That's it. They're just telling Java does this, Java does that. But I want to create a restaurant project, or suppose if I want to build my messaging app. How would I do that using this particular technology, the Java, the Spring uh, framework, and all that? So how am I going to do that using this technology that we have? How would I translate like my requirements using this technology? That's what we have to figure out, and this is what probably we will learn along the way during this project. I hope so.
My fingers crossed for it to not
Yeah.
get too much lost.
So yeah, after today's meeting, I also have the blurred view of everything, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to watch few videos on YouTube and Udemy, like how are they creating project. there might be few videos on how they are creating project and how are they starting and implementing and everything. Probably that would give me some idea. But I have the blurred view of everything. I still don't know what is going to happen and what to suggest.
Mind you, so can I have a request to you? If you want something which is worth and give you some insights, some more knowledge, would it be possible that you would just send me a link to YouTube or something like this? If you think something
Yeah,
gave
sure.
you a good, that would be absolutely great because my knowledge is on the level close to zero. And everything which someone who is more experienced can judge that this would be useful, I would be really grateful.
Sure, if I come across something and I think, yeah, this is something I can suggest, it is really good to watch or go through it, I would share it with you.
Right, thank you very
It
much
would
for
be
your
my
help.
pleasure. No problem.
Is there anyone here from front
I,
end?
no, Zafir, I was just curious to know what is going on front end. I don't have
Uh,
any suggestion to give in front end, but I want to know what you guys are deciding, like,
have you seen
how
the
the
Excel
front end thing.
spreadsheet?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay, so we're basically doing the web design at the moment. So we're designing all the content, all the
Mm-hmm.
words that go onto the page, the components on the page, all the page numbers, and we're basically building the basic skeleton. And we've pretty much got a skeleton. It's just a matter of putting in all the details right now, and we're pretty much in a process of making a wireframe. So we're just putting all the ideas together and trying to agree on stuff like restaurant name and the menu, for example, what goes on the menu and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
we're doing that at the moment.
Okay, I get it. So how would you make sure that it is in sync with the backend?
Yeah,
Because
I
if
mean,
the my question here is, yeah, my question here is if the backend requirement or if any requirement changes, how would you upgrade in future with the
yeah,
backend
you just
requirement
need
and
to
all
tell
that?
us.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
right now, so I don't know if you have it open now, but on the Excel document, on the first page, on project details, we have a section for backend. So um, really, really, we're going to do this later, but we've already been told this. So we already have a list of folder names that we're going to organize all our code in. And Eddie has just told us to sync with the backend. So we're going to name these folders with the same terminology and language that the backend is using. So there's no confusion in what all these stuff, or what these labels mean. So it's the same language on both ends.
The Excel sheet, which one? I see just the name, email, and role. Is there any specific information that you're talking about in Excel sheet?
Yeah, so we've got
Uh,
about 20 tabs. Can you see the 20 tabs? No?
okay,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
okay. I think I got it. Yeah, yeah, I got
Um,
it. It's like
okay, let me,
navigation for the spreadsheet, restaurant details, core
yeah, so if you keep
functionalities of
scrolling,
website. Okay,
so we have the
yeah,
name of
okay,
folders. This needs to be
yeah.
controlled by backend because I just don't understand this lingo. So just a basic sentence just to explain to us what it is, so that when we're building
Mm-hmm.
the components on the front end and we're finished with the code and we're happy with it, we know where to put that code. Yeah, we know where to organize the code. Um, and I think that
Okay.
was what Eddie has asked us to do. So if there's anything else that we need to do, please let me know. Because I'm not knowledgeable in backend, so you gotta tell me.
Oh, at this point, I'm not sure if the backend people are knowledgeable enough to
Oh, right, okay.
suggest you
Uh,
something.
I mean, I think I think what's important um, is that we're talking the same language here, because otherwise there'll be a breakdown in
Yeah.
communication, and then that will go on for forever. So I think it's great that we can now establish some lingo. Just if you understand. So, for example, so there's something called customer component. I have no idea what that means. Eddie has gone through it a few times, but it would just be so much easier if somebody could just type in a sentence and say what it means. So in like simple English, so that we can understand what it's for. I think we all know what a component is. It's just we don't have the eyes to see the databases, so we don't actually know exactly what information is going on each database, and we can't see that. So you just have to let us know just vaguely what the stuff is, and hopefully we can organize it all in the right stuff, right folders for you, so you don't have to go chasing code.
Okay, so all this information that you shared in Excel sheet and what Eddie shared in PDF about the backend design thing, I need to go through it again to understand it better. And I'll reach out to you or Eddie or the team if I have any question or if I have suggestion to make.
Yeah, and so I mean,
And
I'm looking at it right now. So Eddie has explained to me the admin component, the table component, reservation component, and the user component, and the order component. But we're missing stuff like, there's a lot of stuff that's left. So payment component, confirmation, menu component, customer component. This is all blank for me at the moment anyway. But I think it's important that everybody else on the front end understands what this is. Um, so yeah, that's it from me. But if there's anything else that you want to have a look at, I mean, everyone from backend is very, very welcome to have a look at this. I think for backend specifically, what would be very useful for you guys, I think, is the user flow. We have a user flow tab that basically goes through the step-by-step process of how all these functions work. So from page to page, and the databases that I guess would be contained in those pages. And maybe you can suggest to us, a better way to design it based off of your databases. But otherwise, most of it is just front end.
okay, yeah, I see the user flow. So it's actually a lot of information that I need to go through because there are
Yeah,
okay, all
we
these
got a lot
Google
of people
Docs.
doing a lot of things. I mean, like
Yeah.
it's a lot of stuff. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. It's very exciting, and there's a lot of energy in this group. So everyone's getting very excited. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right
This
now.
is yeah, this is the first time like, I'm sitting with like the front end people and the back end people and we are discussing. Maybe we most of us are naive, but it's the first time because generally like, when we do projects in like companies, they just give us one module, they just tell us like, do so and so things, it should give us so and so result, that's it. And we don't know where is that code is going to be used. So this is like, the whole view of the project, like what exactly is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
For
it
me at
would
least.
be
Yeah.
it. I think the reason why they do that is because there's an overload of information. If there's just too much stuff, it just confuses people. But at the same time, there is a nice sweet spot where you can just have a basic overview of what's going on. And if you want that, it's basically on the front. It's basically the first thing. So on project details, there is a full plan of the whole front end development flow. I'm going to change it as the project progresses, but it's the basic structure that we're following right now. So there are a couple of stages, and we're on the first one. And I think that's written in simple English. I think everyone can understand that. So if you can understand that workflow, I think you basically got front end. Everything else is just a detail.
Okay, sounds great. So yeah, like I'm as you said, this project group has a lot of energy. So it's exciting as well as it's throwing so many questions that we need to dig more deeper and find the answers to. So yes, yeah, I think I got my weekends figured out. Like what am I going to do on my weekends? So
And basically, if anybody has any imagination or is creative or wants to make something creative or imaginative, please let me know, because we need to write menus, we need to write stuff, we need some language, we need some words on the page. So if anyone can actually write sections of an imaginary restaurant, please contact me.
Okay, so the those catchy one-liners and all that stuff you mean?
Yeah, headers, paragraphs,
Yeah.
descriptions, histories, contact pages, menus, dishes, prices of the dishes, names of the restaurants. We can go on forever. All this kind of stuff. I mean, I could do it, but to be honest, I'd much prefer it if a lot of other people got involved with this because it's very exciting and it's kind of chaotic, but at the same time, it's a lot of fun. So if anybody really wants to just make up a menu, put whatever you want. It is a steakhouse website, so anything to do with steak, you can have, like I don't know, like a ribeye steak with like I don't know, marshmallows or something. I don't know. You can just make up like a dish, and then just submit it to us, and we can have a look at it, and we can discuss if we want to change some stuff or not. I had someone from the team who wants to do Chat GPT, so I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, do Chat GPT. Just do something so that we can have a look at it and see if we can make it any better or make it more exciting for people. But at the moment, as it stands, I'm just waiting for someone to take the first move and just write something.
Okay. Okay, so if I come across something, if I have to suggest you something, I would reach out to you. And
Send me a
that's
message.
it from me now.
I mean, just send me a
Yeah.
message, or like Hyper is another person. I mean, he's quite hyper on this as well. So we're here all the time. So um, if on Discord there is a category called front end development, and that's where all the action is happening. So if you just go on to front end development on the forums, write something, say hello. I don't know, just say something, and then we'll get you involved in all this stuff if you want to get involved in front end.
Do you
Okay.
have already the skeletons? Because am I correct assuming that we just need to put some content to the skeleton you've already created or we are going to create? I mean, some words like, for example, the name of the dish, what it contains, and so on. This is the idea behind it.
Yeah, so right now there are two main tasks. One task is to think of the restaurant name, the name of the restaurant, which I'm guessing would be the name of the website, but I guess people will discuss that. That's the first thing that we're thinking of. So a name of a restaurant. The second thing is the menu. So you know the menu, the titles, the dish names, the I don't know, entrees, the sides, the I don't know, the price, all this sort of stuff that would go on a menu
Everything which would be visible to the
for the customer.
someone
Yeah,
who, yeah, to the customer exactly.
yeah.
And great. And one additional question, but I don't know if you will be able to answer. Probably that would be to someone in best way. That would be the question to Eddie, but he's away right now. Uh, so, am I correct assuming that this component means for us
It means
programming
nothing.
the fields which will be on the specific page? I mean, you've got the page, for example, to log in, and we then just divided what is happening when you paste information here that will be translated to the database and so on. So this is the meaning behind the component.
I'm assuming with the login phase, I am not completely confident in this area. One thing I do know is that there's a lot of people who are, but one thing I think is that we will have functions and components on the for logins, and basically those functions will output um, some sort of data that would be sent over to you guys. But I'm not sure what that is exactly. We haven't built it yet. We're still in the design phase. We haven't written any code yet. Just so you know, there's no code yet. We're still doing the design.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to write the menu?
Yes, I would
You know,
assume that. Uh, okay, I will be interested, but it might be difficult for me to have enough time right now. I would say right now it means within 2 next weeks probably, and probably I would need to try to focus more on the part of the backend, and then we should be probably after our course, which means that yeah, I would be able to be much more involved, hopefully, and if there is a need, I would be really happy to join. But I know about the time schedules, which are right now, and that we would like to do the first steps. So for now, I do not feel that I would be able to manage. I'm also in the process of changing the work and also have a 3 year old girl on the board. So it's really difficult to me to find enough time. So
Yeah,
I
no
suppose
problem. I,
after we finish the course, I will get back to you and ask you if there is anything I could do something which is yeah
yeah,
possible.
if you're constrained for time, just think of like one dish that you'd like to be on the menu. Is there a like just think of like one dish. Is there something that you'd
Sure.
think should be on the menu? And then just send it to me and then that can be it, you know? Um,
Okay. This is something which is 100% manageable. So this is
yeah,
good to know.
I for me, I really like it if we have as many contributions as possible. So it could be a menu that has many different people's ideas put together, and it kind of looks kind of weird, but it would be nice because we all did it as a team. So it doesn't have to be one person writing the whole menu. It could be just like maybe 10 people each making one dish, and then we put all the dishes on the menu. That would be quite cool, I think. As long as it's all something to do with steak, I think it's fine as long as we don't go too crazy about it. I think as long as it looks realistic and it's nothing silly like steak cake, which I don't think actually exists, then I think we'll be okay.
Hi Zephyr, this is Shweta. Actually, last week I started working. Like it's my first job, so I got busy with training and something. But I would like to help you in the menu thing. I'll try to do thing start working on front end as well. I'll get back to you if I find like a good thing about menu or restaurant name. I'll get back to you.
Perfect. That's fantastic. This is exactly
Sure.
what I'm looking for. So I need to add you onto the team. So do you have access to the Excel document?
One minute. Actually, I'm not in front of my laptop. I'm joining it from my
It's okay.
cell phone. Yeah.
Have you seen the Excel document?
Yeah. I'm not like totally. I did not read everything, but yeah, I have seen something.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
putting your name on, and if
Sure.
you add your email as well, that would be great.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
I'm gonna put you into web design.
Sure.
So I'll put you into web design, and I'll put in say something like content creation.
Sure.
Uh, I'll put you into that. And you also wanted to do CSS as well. So so for the first phase, I'll put you into web design, and you can help us write some of the content on the website. And I know there are a lot of front end developers that are just waiting. Please don't wait. Just contribute. You guys are creative too. I mean, put something in. I mean, we'll take it. We'll take
Yeah.
anything.
Actually,
So to be frank, I my experience is totally zero. Not even like zero. I'm totally zero. Just now, just a 1 week back, I have started working. So, but I would like to give my inputs.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
that's exactly what we need. Great if you have zero experience. This is
Yeah. Sure.
exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Because we get the best ideas. Okay,
Sure.
so yeah, so yeah, that's great. I mean, that's good news for us. So
Sure.
uh, actually, the front end
Okay,
can help
Zephyr.
anybody.
yeah, you were saying something.
Actually, the front end can help. Do you know about anybody know about design systems and all that? What is design system? Can you Zephyr share your screen? Is it possible? I will.
I still have to experiment all this technology. I've never done this in my life. I don't know how to do that.
Uh, are you on Discord on PC? So we can just.
I'm on a laptop at the moment.
I think you can share screen, right?
Yeah, how do I do that?
Go to the. Uh,
I have to close off everything that's.
No, no, you're in the voice, right? Can you just click share from the? Check, do you see a share screen or something? Anyway,
Um, let me see if I can find it. Oh, it says share your screen. Okay, wait. Wait a minute. I just have to make because I've got a lot of other things open. Wait, to make sure that I don't have anything inappropriate. um. Okay. Wait 1 second. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. So. Okay. Let me try. Let me try and do this. Share my screen. Ooh. Ooh. This is cool. I don't know if anyone can see my
yeah,
screen.
yeah. I can. So everyone can watch the stream, so you can
Yeah, I
explain
can't even
more
see.
about.
I can't even see my screen. Wait a minute. What am so? Is this how I'm supposed to do it?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
see.
So you can see me moving my mouse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, great.
Everything good.
Is there
So you can
something that you
explain.
want?
Yeah. So you can go to the project details. So they will do what they you can discuss.
Okay.
Like,
So
yeah, we are
right.
discussing here about the menu, right? So you can show
Okay.
them. Scroll down.
Just for the basic overview, because we're on the stage one at the moment for web design. If you guys want to know what the next stage is and the next stage, please, there's a full plan here. Just have a click on it. It's project workflow. It's basically what we're going to be doing for the whole thing. Okay, so if I keep scrolling down, this navigation is basically so that you don't have to find the tab. So if you're looking for project resources, um, you go here, you just click and then you go in and then you use the menu and you go back. This is just a nice menu. Um, this is what needs to be completed. So restaurant details, we're missing a restaurant name. We don't know the restaurant name. We know it's an American steakhouse. That's what we do know. We don't know the menu. These are just, this is just stuff that I thought of like at 2 a.m. last night. Like I just don't know what to put in. So if you guys can help me, put in some items for the menu. The restaurant design suggestions. Okay, that is basically just artistic inspiration, just to give you guys an idea of what the restaurant website could look like. And it's basically just to give you guys just some inspiration and for you to just tell us, what kind of design you like. And that helps us a lot because it helps us pick color themes, for example. It helps us pick, the basic navigation, the basic flow of the website, whether you want something that's very sort of image based or something that is more UX based. And that helps us a lot. Um, I don't know what this is. I've forgotten. Oh yeah, so competition. Basically, there are other websites as well. So this is the competition thing. This is a continuation of this. So that's a continuation of that. Core functionalities. So basically, we need this completed. This all needs to be completed. We need to know what's on the we need to know what's on the website. So we have the skeleton. So booking seats. So what exactly is
Uh,
that? What's on the page?
I think your stream was.
Hello.
I think your sharing screen has stopped. So
Oh, okay. Does that help? Um,
yeah,
It's working now.
I,
Yes.
I don't
Yes,
know
we
how
can
yeah,
that.
see.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
We can.
Sorry. Wait. So when did it cut off? Sorry.
I
Oh,
think.
just a few seconds ago when you
Oh.
were
Okay. Okay.
telling about the competitors, I don't know about this
Competition. Oh yeah.
another.
So basically, what
Yes.
this is a continuation of this. Okay. So if you want to see more websites, just go here. That's all that is.
Yeah,
Ah, to have a better idea what we are going to do. Yes.
yeah.
Uh,
And it also shows what they are offering. I am updating it like taking my time. It's like every website has a lot of features, so I'm updating it like one by one. So it shows all what other website features are there. So if you want to check, you can check. what and provide ideas if you have any.
Yep,
Okay.
and these are core functionalities. So, for example, we have already decided that we're going to have a nav bar on the top that's horizontal with these subtitles. Of course, change it. Change it as the project keeps evolving. This stuff needs more information. Uh, just like, for example, display special offers. What's going to be on the page? Um, like what sort of content's going to be on the page. So all of that, we just need content. This is the list of the pages in the website. This is just me mapping out what this website's going to look like. So we're going to have a landing page, and then we'll have an about page, which is going to be about the history of the restaurant, or something about its cuisine, something about the founder of the restaurant. I don't know, something that you guys can just think about. But we do need that content. So when you have that content, please just attach it on to this Excel. And I think everything else is explanatory. I'm not sure if this is confusing, or I think this makes sense. This is for the backend. So sorry, sorry. Yeah,
Possibly last year.
that's my machine. Okay, so um, this we're not doing this yet, but we've just this is for the next stage. Okay, so we're not touching this yet. So this is not in the design phase. This is for the development phase. This is basically, we've just been taught from backend that these are the folders that we're going to be putting in our code in for anything to do with submission or something that will be interacting with the backend. They've given us this file directory that we will be using. uh, just could you please help me complete in this description column, because we're missing a lot of this. We don't know what this stuff means for the whole team. So that's it for project details. Please feel free to add as many things as you want, just so we can get a very, very good idea of what's exactly on this website. Um, and the project members, basically, if you're not on this list, you need to be on this list. If you're on front end and you are not on this list, please put your name in and put your role and your email and other stuff. I guess there's other stuff as well.
So yeah, I can give permissions to whoever is like editing. So
Yeah.
so,
This will be the official list for all of the front end. So if you want to contribute for front end and you're not on here, you need to be. Otherwise, we just don't know who's. We've got a lot of people coming in and out of this Excel spreadsheet. So
yeah,
it's just to keep track of who's here. And there's another thing that we also wanted to work on, which was the user flow, I think. Do you want to talk about that?
yeah, basic user flow. Like, yeah, what do you want to talk like? Basically, the main first project, like, we are going to do is like, we are going from home page to booking a seat, booking one or four seats in a restaurant. So, so it's like ordering a product in Amazon. So you know what all screens will be there, right? You go by one, you want to select something, you search for it, you find it, you then select the object, then add to your cart, then you that's all. What are we going with the user flow? The whole checkout process, like what is happening in each page and what will be there. So here the basic is for like book seats, and in the home page the user will go to the home page end of the website. And then he will go to the search box and search which restaurant or a time he's looking to book the restaurant. And then it should show. Then the page will show what all restaurants are out there. So he can select something and then select a restaurant. Then the next option will be what seats he'll be selecting. So he select the seats and it shows a confirmation page. and that's about it. And we'll be adding the payment. The payment is still in discussion. So this much we can. This is the basic user flow for we are going right now. So
Okay. Do you need any
uh,
help to complete these other, so I can see there are other headings as well? Do you want us, do you need some help on that as well? We can get more people to do this.
currently, let's start with the basic wireframe based on this. Then we can add in more information and other flows to it. Because once we get the wireframe, we will be starting some development, right? Some design in some way. So then only we can do what will be the menu. We haven't for displaying menu, we have to decide what are things are going in the menu. That is not decided, right? So for displaying restaurant information, we haven't selected any restaurant now. We don't know. We haven't even given a name for our own website. So like we'll discuss it on as we go how things will work. But
Yeah.
yeah,
On my end, uh, just if people are wondering, there's a lot of stuff. What do we do? Basically, there are two goals that I'm trying to achieve. One is the name of the website. So if you guys have an idea of a name, please just go to the Excel spreadsheet, right click and comment. Give an idea of what you want to put in. Like I don't know, just some idea so that we can discuss it and hopefully find something that we all like. Just a suggestion for a restaurant name. That's the first thing. The second thing is the menu. I actually don't know if I've got a place to
uh,
put the menu in.
we'll be
So
also needing about some restaurant information. If
I'm
you
I'm just
have
back,
gonna get
any
rid of
guys.
ideas,
Sorry.
I'm just gonna get rid
yeah.
of this. So with entrees and stuff like again, just some suggestions would be great. I mean, put it in, you know, one dish, two dishes, prices, that kind of thing. That will help a lot, and just build it together. Yeah. So this is empty, and this is empty. So that's the two things that I'd like us all to focus on at the moment, just for content.
I put two things on the chat, and one actually is related to the dish, and I don't know if this is something you are looking for. I mean, I put their ingredients, and if it's something, and I also put one proposition of the name of the restaurant, if you like. Yeah, maybe that would be
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Any
That is on
suggestions?
the
Just
chat. Or, or should I put it into this
yeah.
Excel file?
Please put it on the Excel so that everyone can see what it is. Um,
And I can do it even if I'm not in this front end team. This is not a problem. Or I
uh,
should add myself to this project members then, because I don't know.
I mean, if you're contributing, yeah, you're part of the team. I mean, welcome to the team.
Okay, great, thank you. So I will put it in here.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, just put it in, and I guess put your name or something, and yeah. If you have suggestions, just put it on, and then something will happen, some magic will happen, and then we'll come together and we'll make a menu.
are you all of you can comment, right? Because if not, I will give the edit access or something. I have. Can someone who is not in the Excel comment on?
I haven't hear you correctly, clearly, but if you were telling something about the Excel, I cannot add anything there, I suppose. So I'm not sure.
Okay,
I try to
let
just
me.
modify it.
So in
So,
Yeah,
event,
it's just a view mode. It's just a view mode. It's not. I'm not sure
okay,
if you can.
okay. I
Yeah,
just
so the
updated
file
it.
I have.
Yeah, I just updated it to
Just
Commander. So
okay. I just got one idea for the restaurant name, Steak Birds. I don't know if you guys would like it.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take anything, honestly. Did you say steak birds?
Not birds, birds, birds.
Steak
you
buds.
can
BUDS.
see it in the chat probably.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's in the chat. Yes.
Okay. Fantastic. We've got steak buds. Okay.
see, this is why I told you we could make a form and everyone can fill in their menus and names and everything. So
Yeah,
we'll have all the big
you can.
list.
Yeah, you can do the form thing, and then like you can take the answers and just put it on this page.
Yeah, it will auto
Whatever
come
whatever
in.
people are most comfortable with.
Yeah, yeah.
So how catchy is this name, Steak Buds? I don't know.
Yeah, it can be like Steak Buds. Hi, this is Eddie. I don't know. I mean, like that could be like the subtitle, or I don't know.
Eddie's tech bot.
It could be like Eddie Buds
Eddie.
or Eddie Buds. Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah.
You know, I was thinking, I came and I hear everyone talking, and this should be like a social thing. Every Friday we can just come and chat here, and everyone will be stress free.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
and one more question, like, why did you decide on a steakhouse? Like, I know
That was
honestly, I don't know anything about
that,
steaks.
What was the
yeah.
story behind
We
that?
don't know anything about states. I don't think anyone in India has even eaten snakes.
What,
Uh,
Yeah,
It's
and
I
easy
think I
for
think
the
I
mostly we are
Western world.
Indians here,
yeah, I mean,
Western world, yeah. So mostly, I'm an Indian vegetarian, so I have a
yeah.
tough time coming up with the name, but
okay. Then we
I'm
can
trying
have
to
a
come with the
vegetarian
Indian dish
option,
name
right?
with the steak names.
We can have a vegetarian steak, right?
Yeah.
They have those
Oh
soya steaks,
wow.
right? You know, seriously, like
Okay.
no, seriously, they actually have vegan steaks. You can have like a
Yeah,
vegan soya steak. I'm not even kidding.
it's a new
Yeah, I
world.
know, I know. My daughter, she goes to daycare and she tells me she ate vegetarian fish, she ate vegetarian chicken, so I am aware of all this.
Yeah, I mean, like we can read. I mean, this will be the restaurant that will redefine the word steak. It doesn't have to be meat. I mean, we can
Okay.
use that. Actually, yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
idea. That's a great idea. We can have that like
Yeah.
that brand focus on like meat, not meat steak.
Yeah.
itinerary by creating a
Yes,
utility
that's a good
class
idea.
called
Meat and
PDF
non-meat.
generate.
Vegetarian steak and meat steak kind of
Yeah, I
thing.
like that. I like that.
Call
Yeah.
it PDF
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a modern
generator.
focus.
So,
I like that.
and
Uh,
I was thinking if I can fuse Indian dish names with the steak names like butter chicken. So I was thinking butter steak. That's funny.
yeah, okay, okay, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll literally take anything, guys. I mean, that's how desperate I am. Like we're taking anything. Okay, butter steak, perfect.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
Okay,
that sounds
so
like a butter chicken.
basically, when we have these dishes, you're gonna have the name, and then there will be like a description, I guess, and then I guess there will be a
Yeah.
price as well. So, I don't know what currency are we using? Are we using dollars? Or which ones? Can we agree on a currency?
Should we keep dollars? American dollars for everyone to
I
Let's do
agree?
dollars. Is it
I think
anyone got?
dollars. Yeah, I think dollars will be the
Okay.
most convenient one for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's great. So
Because we will be adding more if we add more restaurants. So that will be all in universal currency. So
So Kamil is suggesting restake yourself. I think we can use this as a sub name, like under the name, every restaurant has some subtitle, sub kind of thing.
oh, you mean like a
So
slogan?
yeah, kind of a slogan. Yeah,
Okay.
restake
With
yourself.
dash
Restake
in
yourself.
between
Okay. I
re
like
and
that.
stake
Okay.
yourself, like a play of the words. Restake yourself.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not really sure what that means, but it sounds good. So let's keep it.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Yeah.
playing with words actually, but let me give you a taste of it. Uh, for example, reinvest yourself, so risk take, so take into the power of stake and eat them.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We could. Yeah. Okay. Take the what? Say it again. Say take the power of the steak and re-eat it. What did you say?
No. That was the idea that it came to the conclusion that stake is the only option for you. Restake yourself.
Yeah. I mean, like you could imagine yourself as steak. So what kind of steak would you be?
That's that I have no idea. Now you just. surprised me with this question.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to do that. I tend to have the weird questions, but then when they're answered, they're like, oh, wow, this is a completely new avenue I've never seen before. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. If there's anybody else that wants to say anything,
Yeah, do we have any place where we will be added any information about the ingredients? So for something like a list, or this is not at this point the
I think you
idea?
can put the ingredients in the description. Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good point. If you can put it, don't know, maybe I can, I guess it would be in the description, but if you mean stuff like allergies, do you mean stuff like allergies?
Yes, yes, yes. So on, and
Uh,
something which give you a clear vision about the name of the dish, then the description of the dish, but the ingredients, I suppose, should be a little bit lower because you can add later this small icons. For example, that something is brain, something is about the allergies. I mean, actually.
okay. Yeah, I mean, this is I don't hyper. Does everyone have permission to edit this?
Yeah, so in
No,
Thai
the
restaurant,
what?
specifically, right? In Thai restaurant, there will be like details of what puts in the dish, like what are the main ingredients, what broth they use. So that will help to choose the dish for customer. So that will be helpful if you like add ingredient and like broth and whatever the cooking thing we are using in that dish, so that they can choose. If they are purely vegetarian, they can you change to veg broth instead of chicken broth in that as well. So like that, that will be helpful.
Aha. Okay. Okay, something to think about.
Not just allergens, but the ingredient list so that they know
Yeah,
what's
exactly,
in this
exactly.
dish,
This
and
is
accordingly
always
they
the
can
case
choose.
when you've
Yeah.
got menu. But you've got the menu and then you've got the list what is inside the dish. So I would think as logic division between these things.
Um, I'm just experimenting right now. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yes,
So
for
I put.
example, beefsteak, butter, pepper, I don't know, garlic, and so on.
Oh,
You know,
right. Okay.
several
Okay.
like this. So and then the additional feature would be, for example, that if there would be something which is I don't know some kind of allergen, we can add specific sign into it. This is the way.
Some people are allergic. Sorry, Kamal. Some people are allergic to herbs. So herbs
Okay.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, also butter can be allergic because you've got the milk there. So
Yeah. So
yeah,
dairy and then like
Yeah,
herbs and stuff like that.
herbs and
Okay. Cool. I like this.
I think
yeah,
Uh,
and we need veggies
I
too.
have, yeah, and I have one more question. So, if it is like steakhouse or say about something steak, so can we add other dishes to this, or only related to steak itself,
You can
or
do
how
whatever you
about?
want. I mean, okay. Okay, we are the greatest liars on this earth. Okay,
Yeah.
this restaurant does not exist. Okay, so it could be a steakhouse that's realistic. It could be a
Mhm.
steakhouse that doesn't exist. It could be a
Mhm.
steakhouse that we're just pretending to be a steakhouse, but it actually isn't a steakhouse. It could be a
Mhm.
steakhouse about steaks, but there's not many steaks on the menu. It could be about steaks that it's just the name, but when you go in, it's actually completely different. I don't know. It could be whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, I haven't decided. Are we deciding it's probably a steakhouse completely? So because you have just wrote like type of restaurant like American steakhouse type, I think that's why they are.
Okay.
So so
Okay. So then we go full steakhouse. I mean, to me it doesn't matter, but um, I do think the vegetarian option is probably a good idea. Um,
yeah.
so I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, we'll figure
Uh,
it out,
uh,
right?
okay. How about this? We can just put the menu in a separate page so that because it's gonna be very big. Like we are still discussing on all of that. Should
Yeah.
you?
I mean,
Should
like
you?
we can also just add a new tab just for the
Yeah,
menus.
I just put it in project area so you can copy
Project.
that.
Project ideas,
Yes.
did you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. How about we just
Okay.
call it menu? Well, do you
Yeah.
want to just call it
Okay.
menu?
Okay. Good. Okay.
Because like, I'm just gonna call it menu because everyone knows this is the menu. So
Okay.
uh, I'll just call it menu, and then I'm just gonna
Yeah.
yeah,
Just move everything
just
there.
gonna copy everything in.
You can just cut like select self and
Uh-huh. I'll just put
do
this
you
in.
do
Yep. So it's just so yeah, guys. The menu is in menu. I'm pretty sure that's clear. So um yeah. uh, okay, great. So we have the menu. So guys, just add your stuff. Make it as crazy or as normal as possible.
so I will give that access to. Should I give access to everyone here on
Yeah,
this project
everyone
members?
can change the menu. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Please don't go to other tabs. As you can add ideas and comment on things. You can just note. You can just highlight things and just note it there if you have any question. So the next meeting we can discuss what we are trying to achieve or something like that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I will give permission to everyone here right now who has given the mail ID. So
yeah, and I yeah.
if you find any ideas on the go, just drop it in the Discord chat. Like
I'm just
if
wondering.